What's going on, MSFers? Duelim here, back again with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Cosmic Crucible getting extended, Gear 19.5, Gear 20 being available in the supply store now, and offers going to be available most likely by the time you're watching this. But first, we're going to be talking about the strike spot that Pathfinder was leading for us. So we got some main topics here regarding overpower, new chaos raids, IRD selector, global milestones, and command center. And overall, these changes look pretty cool. The big controversial one is overpower. So overpower is essentially and it's essentially going to give Krakens a benefit and spenders a benefit. So it's a tier system. And if you are one progression system behind, so if somebody has gear tier 20 and your characters have gear tier 19, you're going to be behind a little bit. So overpower will kick in. And what overpower does is it gives all of those characters 50% extra damage, as well as it gives 50% focus, and it breaks any speed stat ties that you have. So if you have two Green Goblin Classics and one is gear tier 20 and the other one's gear tier 19, the gear tier 21 will go first to break those speed stat ties. So that is extremely controversial, but I think it is a good thing because I don't think just a singular gear tier or ISO 8 class or a level cap increase has been enough to really make it impactful for people to really want to spend. So if you're a gear tier above or behind, or you're a full level cap increase above or behind, so level 105 compared to level 104, 103, 102, 101, 100, whatever it is, you're behind, or if you're an ISO class behind as well. Now, we're not sure if it's going to be like purple ISO 4 compared to purple ISO 3, or if it's going to be purple ISO 5 compared to purple ISO 3. That remains to be seen, but it seems like it's going to incentivize spending a little bit more now and give people more bang for their buck when it comes to new gear progressions, level progressions, as well as ISO 8. And I don't really hate this that much because it feels like they shoved us all into level 105. It seems like they shoved purple ISO down our throats pretty quickly. And it seems like they're doing that so people can feel the progression system faster, but the people who get there first and foremost will feel the benefit from it the most. We also have new chaos raids, which are going to be replacing the Doom raids that we have now. So it's a green energy raid. And the biggest things about this is there's going to be an individual raid difficulty selector, which is the IRD selector. There's also going to be one lane for every single alliance mate in your strike team. So strike team 1 will have 8 lanes, strike team 2 will have 8 lanes, strike team 3 will have 8 lanes, which is awesome. So no battling over raid lanes or resources, and the majority of the resources will be on the actual nodes instead of the overall completion of the 50%, 75%, 100%, so alliance wide. So it's more node dependent, which is absolutely great. We have the individual raid difficulty selector, which means on the Chaos raids, not the Omega version, you can choose the difficulty that you want to play at. So if you have people in your alliance who are way bigger than you are, might have the new team before you do, you can lower that difficulty slider to make it a little bit easier on you, and it does not hurt your alliance at all. Now for Chaos Omega raids, that is not the case. Chaos Omega raids, you can only change the difficulty for boss nodes, and boss nodes are 100% optional now, and they do not count towards 100%ing an actual raid, which I also think is pretty awesome. So boss nodes are purely there for bragging rights and can be skipped over if you'd like. On the Chaos Omega raids, you can change the difficulty of the boss nodes, but the other nodes are going to be locked to whatever difficulty your alliance has selected. Now, when it comes to global milestones, I wanted to kind of move ahead a little bit because global milestones were somewhere here, and they showed it off a little bit. And it was pretty cool to see global milestones. You see, this is the individual raid difficulty selector here, and then the global milestones were here-ish. Yeah, they were here. So you'll see here, Global milestones. So what this is going to be is this is essentially a community-wide milestone that we are all going to participate in, not just your alliance, not just you. This is everybody, which is pretty awesome. So you love to see that. It's going to band us together, whether it's going to be, spending power cores, potentially opening up gold orbs. I don't know. It could be pretty much anything, I'm assuming. So this is pretty cool. Extra rewards, a way to get the community banded together. I absolutely love that. I think it'll be a super fun time, honestly. And I think it will cause for some people to, want to band together. And then last but not least, we have the Command Center. And the Command Center is another additional change to the game that's going to be pretty substantial. So you'll see here, the Command Center is pretty much going to encompass the Milestones tab as well as the Event tab and put it all in one place, which is pretty awesome. So this is going to clean up the UI a lot, and it's going to make it a lot easier and streamline that process so you know exactly what you need to do for all the milestones that are available, whether it be spending campaign energy, ISO energy, anything like that. It's going to make it a lot easier, and it's just going to look a lot better as well. You see we have some tabs over here: Big Spender, Interdimensional Conquest, and Merciless Foes, and then it'll show you the rewards and then the objectives that you need to complete to get those rewards. So I think this is an absolutely great change to the system that has needed to happen for quite a while now, because it is just inundated with random UI and random stuff, and there's a bunch of red dots and all that kind of crap that just does not need to be there at all. Next up, we're going to be talking about Cosmic Crucible, and yeah, Cosmic Crucible got extended by a week, so we thought week 5 was the end. It is not. We have one more week, so we're getting a week 6 with the same Crucible rules. I have asked the developers for a reasoning as to why, and they have not given me an answer. They have not been able to tell me why. I'm presuming it's because the Starjammers suck, and they need another a little bit of time to buff them before the new season rules start. So that's my own personal thoughts on that. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think is the reason why. And then lastly, I wanted to talk about Gear 19.5 and the characters I'm going to be taking up. So if you guys don't know what Gear 19.5 is essentially if you go to a character, and this does not work on every character, but we'll go to Omega Red Phoenix Force here. And you see Omega Red Phoenix Force takes 2 pieces that are Gear 18, which are these 2 here. And then he's going to be taking 3 Gear 20 pieces that are here, but the middle left piece always takes older gear, so it's just Catalyst, and then it's Origin gear, and then it's going to be the uniques for this character. But you see on the right hand side here, you see it's going to give 750,000 health, 50,000 damage, and 2,000 focus, which it's actually a lot more than that. So when you see this pop up here and you equip it, it's actually 2 million health, 128,000 damage. So that is a massive stat boost that you guys are missing out on if you're not putting those pieces on. I would recommend you only do this on newer characters, because you see here for Black Knight, it is much more negligible. It's only 228,000 health and a little bit of armor and resistance. But then if you go back to somebody like Mephisto gets 400,000 health. But then if you look at somebody like Kahori, 670,000 health. So it's absolutely scaling with the characters who have new stats, but it does not work with characters who were reworked. So you see Phoenix here was reworked, does have new stats, but it only has 3,500 health. So a big difference there. So this is going to be the list that I am taking to Gear 19.5, probably minus Black Knight and definitely not Phoenix. It's all going to be new characters here that are still in the meta and super relevant. Apocalypse is an old stat character, so he does not benefit from it. You can see it's even less than most others. But the big one is going to be Odin. So you see Odin gets 900,000 health, 58,000 damage. So you'll see his health is at 13.7 million and 770,000 damage. But then if we put this piece on and we go back to his stats, he's at 16.5 million health, almost 3 million health more, and what, 160,000 more damage. So absolutely massive stats coming out from gear 19.5. So make sure you are putting it on these characters. I'll go through the list a little bit slower here. So Annihilators, the best members of Night Stalkers here, Shadow King, Kahori, and then pretty much Starjammers, because I'm presuming they're going to get a pretty massive bump rework-wise, because they are absolutely dog crap right now and they need to be bumped up. So make sure you are doing this. This is having a massive impact in Cosmic Crucible, Arena, War, every single game mode you guys are using these characters. Make sure you do this. It is absolutely imperative. So don't wait. Definitely do that right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you guys learned something. Let me know down in the comment section below what you like, what you see. Until next time, this has been Duelim. Later, MSFers.